Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Prox right here, back once again for another set Prox Guide of Ori and the Willow and the Wisps. If you did miss out during the last one, well, we are still traveling throughout here in the Willow's End. We just went and battled out with one of the said mini-bosses for one of the said blockade enemies, and there is still quite a bit of the said blockade enemies that we still have to go through here in this part, because if you guys don't know, there is a set entrance to the final boss, but we can't really go and do anything about with it just yet, because currently right now, those said type of tentacle parts that are around within the entranceway are still blocking our time to go and do anything. So yeah, as you guys go and see, there is the hub area right there for that set entrance. Can't really go and do anything for right now. So what we are going to go and do is actually head all the way back over here to this previous part. If you guys vaguely remember from before, this was a said place where the said mini boss was going to be, but I think during our time we did have to go and do some other type of segments around, and then I want to say that that type of boulder that was there for this teleportation spot that was around over here did allow us to go and head down into this way. So that's what we're going to be doing right now, is going to be traveling our way down here. I know it is going to be very tricky around over here because there's a lot of different of those type of plasma beams around, and you also want to be a little bit careful as well too, because you do also have one of these type of guys with their big old hammers out here that will try to at least somewhat annihilate you, and just like that they already went and annihilated me. So that is not good, and I know that during my time beforehand while heading down here, we didn't really go and get ourselves all regenerated back up with our health bar, and I know that is something that I do have as an ability that I can't be able to go and do at any point in time. It's just that I keep on forgetting it most of the way of throughout any type of different segments, because I kind of just want to at least somewhat rush my way through just so that I can at least get everything all said and done as best as we can. But within these two videos for today, not only are we just going to be doing out here with the course of Ori, Willow, and the Wisp, but we are going to be jumping into the Rayman Legends side of things. This is going to be the said finale as well too, by the way. There is only going to be only 2 more other levels in the Back to Origin levels, and all that we have to go and do from there is that we have to go and battle with Big Mama, and I believe Big Mama is like the post-end type of actual like ultimate boss within the game, and I've never actually personally ever got to go and face off with Big Mama. I think she was originally before an Origins character, if I can recall, from the actual set post-game of that type of time, but never really got to ever go and try out through the post-game. So this is going to be somewhat of a first time for me to go into this battle, but you guys should go and see how well I went out of my way to go and do that here for. So yeah, so here's one of the said type of other enemies here, the blockade enemies, the ones that are in this orange type of shape. We're going to be seeing these guys quite a bit from here. But yeah, all you could go and do is that if they are in a little bit of a much more higher type of spot, you could go and use the bow if you want to, or you can actually go and use your type of light burst as well if you don't really want to feel like having to go and use your sword or anything. But that's going to go and take care of that for now, but I believe what we're going to have to go and do is find another type of teleporting spot, and that should at least somewhat kind of take us into another said area at some point around over here. Now, just where those type of, I want to say where those purple plasma beams are at right now, there is going to be a set type of teleporting spot right down below here, which that's going to access us right into this way, and that should take us right into the next type of formidable blockade enemy that's going to be around over here as well. So what we're going to have to go and do now is just that we're going to have to at least go and burst our way up into this type of spot. Be very careful though, because those plasma beams are going to be coming from all different type of ways, so that we can at least somewhat get through the entrance spot there. So there we go. And now we're going to have to do that all over again, but this time it should be a little bit better now, because we are going to use the actual said Ku's feather out here, so should be a little bit nicer to at least somewhat glide ourselves without having to get ourselves injured compared to like the last time that happened. And also to be careful of those type of exploding enemies as well. They do also like to show up here too as well, which that is not always great for what's going to be happening, but either way, I believe we are almost done. Now, we just have to just be very careful of these type of plasma beams that kind of go off and go on out here. Yes, so here we go. So now this is where the tricky part actually tends to happen here. Now, we got this type of pathway here, but just be very careful that you don't hit any of that purple goop there, because that will actually do damage to you. You will be seeing that quite a bit often here in the Willow's End, so try not to really go and touch that purple goop. It's not very friendly at all whatsoever. But there we go, another one of those set enemies is down and out for now, so that does take care of another set of the spot of the entrance to get finished. But now we just need to go and at least use our way to open up with that said teleportation. That should take us right back here to this hub area, which we are going to have to go and do, because back in this type of middle area from before, we haven't really ever went through this way yet. So this is going to be the first of many times that we are going to have to do this. There is going to be another set type of way that we are going to have to go and do some traveling as well too. But for right now, we're just going to go and take care of the left-hand side. So this guy has a little bit of some references back to the Wellspring area. If you guys remember, we kind of had to use the type of wheel rotations the last time. So basically everything here in Willow's End is going to be somewhat of like kind of like a reference note in a way. We are going to have to go and use all your different special type of tactics that you have been using out here so far throughout the different previous areas. And now you're going to have to put that all together here in this one particular big huge area. So we're just going to have to fly our way. I think we may have to go and use the Ku's Feather for this, because I think that would be a little bit of a much better idea. Or we could just go and burst ourselves. Ugh, that's a little bit of a challenge spot there, but at least we're still alive. Yeah, so here we go. So we're going to have to use Ku's Feather for a little bit. Send us through here, and there we go. We finally made it to the other one. Now this one, I believe you definitely need to go and use the Light Burst. I don't really think you can really go and use your arrows, I don't think, for that. Depending on how the way of this enemy kind of is at, well, for whatever type of position that it is right now. But I just went and used the Light Burst just so that I could just be able to go and take that out faster. And now we got another pathway as well, so we can at least somewhat get back down to where we originally were at from before. Alright, so here we are, dropping our way over to the right-hand side now. And yeah, so again, those purple goop type of stuff is going to be somewhat of a problem here. Just kind of time out your jumps out there properly, and you should be able to go and sit up top on one of these type of little like centerpieces here, and we will have to go and do that with the other side as well. But if you keep on climbing up a little bit more up throughout this type of way, you will be able to go and search that there will be a said Grolic ore, and that means that with this type of Grolic ore, we will be sitting at around 6 amount of those type of said ores, and we may potentially want to go and head back to Grom at some point, because I'm pretty much certain that I think we do need, I think, roughly 6 or 7 of those. So maybe I can at least try to build up his home a little bit more before we go and do that at the very end of our time of here, because I'm pretty much certain that throughout this video, there's not going to be really too many more of those type of blockade enemies left, so I wouldn't really mind going and doing a little bit more for Grom and help him out as well. So now we can't really go and do anything about with this particular way here. It seems like there's like a teleporting spot there, but it seems like it's all blocked up right now. Don't really know if we could go and use maybe like a Light Burst or something for that, maybe to try to access that a little bit better, but we can't really go and do that. So we kind of have to just float in this type of direction for right now and figure out what else that we're going to have to do. Alright, so here we go. So now, heading all the way up into this spot, this whole area is going to be all backtracking in a way. Because for what we're going to have to do first is that we are going to have to at least get some sort of boulder to start rolling around over here. And we have to make a run for it too, because you will get yourself squished and you will have to restart all over again if that doesn't happen in your way. So let's just go and blast our way through here and quickly move as best as we can. Yeah, and just like that, you're going to get squished. There's no trying to dodge around there. You have to go really fast for that one. So now we're going to have to do that again. Dodge through all the plasma beams. I know it's kind of a rushing type of move here, so I am going to have to get myself injured a little bit, but either way, I think we are somewhat safe for now. We're going to go and blast our way up here, and now what we're going to have to do is head all the way over towards into this way, where that type of barrier was going to be at. Now we can go and blast it through. And I think by this point now, we could actually go and return all the way over towards to that said blockade enemy again, that's up here. And this time we will be able to go and finally go and actually destroy it out and be able to continue onwards and end off with this episode for today. So with all that being said in mind, I'm going to end it off here. Thank you so much for going and stopping by out here for the way of Ori and the Will of the Wisp. In the next one, we should be going into the second last episode. And then right after that, we do have the said finale journey of Ori Will in the West, and we will be jumping into the said solo Let's Plays once again at some point in the near future, which that will be really exciting. So I'll let this video go and play off here. We will be making our pit stop back to the save point, which that will be showing up in this video. So I'll let this video go and end off for itself. So I'll see you guys then, in peace.